Hey guys, what's going on? It's BradPhusion here, and welcome back to my Space Engineers Survival series. Now, this will be a really short episode, and I will apologize for that. But the simple reason is, I had recorded, or I had played about 2 hours worth of Space Engineers just before right now, and I had actually recorded about 20 minutes of that, or at least probably I would have edited down to about 20 minutes or so. As it turns out, after the 2 hours I went to edit it, I didn't have my mic on for any of it at all. So I have 2 hours of footage I can't, I'll say I have about half an hour of footage and about an hour and a half off screen, welding and all that. So I have about half an hour of footage I can't really do anything with other than flashed up on the screen right now. But so this episode will be really short simply because I will be, showing you guys the progress I've made throughout the last episode, as well as a new ship I've acquired, and I will be talking about the latest update and what they've actually implemented into the game thus far. So I do apologize for this episode being just a really short and really weird episode. I will try to not drag it out, but I will try to keep things rather thorough for you guys. So I will start off by the welding progress. So as you guys can see here, I've actually painted the ship just so I could see what the color actually looks like on it. But I have made a lot of progress. This is about an hour or so worth of welding here. If I actually get on the inside, it makes a little bit more sense why it's taking me so long. But with the recent changes of me actually implementing thruster damage now, I realize that there's going to be a little bit of rework done to the inside of this ship here. More so the landing pad on the inside. So this originally was all light armor, but I've actually had to replace it to heavy armor now, so I will have a heavy armor strip going all the way back to about here, where the ship will then park, turn around, and I can unload everything into all the refineries and assemblers there. But I've had to, I think where I left off welding, I was actually about here-ish, so now I've welded all along here. And these heavy armor blocks, they take about 30 seconds each to weld one block, and these light armor blocks take about 5 or 10 seconds or so. Now I know I can edit the files for faster welding, but I don't want to do that because if I increase the speed of that, I feel I would basically be better off just playing creative, because it would just be basically me placing down blocks. So I want this to feel like a challenge and to be dragging out so that when I'm actually done, it feels like an accomplishment. I don't know if you guys feel the same way about things, but I want this to be a big project that's going to take me hours to do, so that when I'm actually done, it turns out to be something great. So that's the progress I've done on the welding here. I've done a change to the outside here, and this actually was light armor as well, but I've made this heavy armor for 2 different variants of the ship. If I wanted this to be, say, civilian type, this could act as a landing pad for smaller ships, but if I want this to be militarized or in some form of defensive way, I can actually have turrets up here, which would prove to be a little bit more protective. Say if someone wants to take out my turrets, it wouldn't actually damage me all too much. So that's the welding I've done thus far. I've also captured a really quite big ship over here, which I think is called the mining hauler, and I'm actually upside down, I believe. There it is, this big thing over here. Now this thing is awesome. This thing had a lot of resources, so if you see this ship, I suggest you either take it back with you, or you simply grab what you can and leave it where it is. I do believe this has a trap inside of it, though I haven't actually found where it is. I've just disabled it using the whole terminal going through and disabling and re-enabling thrusters, which I will show you guys in a second as well. So on the outside here you have a few cargo containers. I think it's about 3. I haven't accessed that one there, but not only does it have 3, it has another row of large cargo containers, and even a bottom row here as well. So in total it's got about, what is this, 9 cargo containers on one side, so that would be 18 cargo containers in total on just that over there. It also has smaller cargo containers here, 2 of them. These usually contain tools or components, at least as far as I know, and that is a reactor. I found this actually interesting, the fact that they used one of those windows for stairs. I never thought of using it like that. But these here can be used as doors, I think, if you actually apply a rotor to it, though I'm not that experienced. At least I don't know how that actually works. I've heard people saying that that's how you do it. You just get rid of that block and put a rotor there somehow, but I'm not one for doing that, so it doesn't, or it hasn't actually worked out for me at all. So this is a landing bay mainly because it has heavy armor here, so you'd bring your ships in the side, park them down, and take everything out of it. This is the main room to this ship. This has 2 refineries, and it has all of the containers you ever wish to access. You can actually only access about 12 of them right now out of the 18, because the others are actually behind, as you guys can see right here. You can't actually access them from here. So if I actually check inside, I can actually see if these still have any loot. So how many is there? I think there was 18 in total. Yeah, 18, I thought so. And as you guys can clearly see, I still haven't accessed 2 of these, which I think are the ones that are stuck out the middle, out the back there. This thing is also full of conveyors, though I am pretty sure that this system won't work, as I've seen screenshots of the new conveyor system, which won't be implemented until maybe a few weeks time, and it actually looks really good. And basically the way it functions is that you have a conveyor sort of hub, and then you have these transit tubes, which is very similar to what I used in my trading hub video, where I used the interior pillars to transfer power. It uses something similar to that, where it's just got these lines coming out, or these poles coming out of that go in certain directions. Now I think these might be one way, or maybe they could be both. I'm not entirely too sure how it functions. I've only seen screenshots of it, so hopefully when that gets implemented I will do a video on it and it will be awesome. So like I said, this has a ton of conveyors, a ton of cargo containers. It does have its own gravity gen, and it does have a lift that does take you upstairs, even though it is kind of pointless because these don't function as ladders anymore, so you just have to use your jetpack anyways. To get to the cockpit you actually have to go into this little area here, and this will take you up and across and then up once again to get to the cockpit. And I'll actually check the name of this thing just so you guys will know to get it when you come across it, and it is actually called the mining hauler. I was actually correct about that. And as I said, this does have a mine on it, or a trap on it, and to disable that trap you will have to disable the small thruster. It only has one small thruster. I'm not too sure where that is, like I said, but disabling that should disable any traps. So let's get back down here and I will talk about what came in the latest update, which, if you haven't already noticed, is colored blocks. Now when I say colored blocks, I mean you can actually color more blocks than you normally would. So recently they had the change that you can actually color these interior blocks here ever so slightly, and blocks such as the catwalks and doors and all that would always stay this bland sort of grey color. And basically what you were looking at here with the cargo container, it would always be this let me turn my HUD on here if I can actually find, there we go, this is the color that these always, why can't I do that now, there we go, catwalks and doors, if there is a door here, there we go, were always this really blandish grey color. But now they've made it so that you can color in all these new sorts of items and components, including thrusters as well, if you didn't see that on the outside of the ship when I flew over here. So yes, that is a lovely change, and I like the fact that now these things can be a whole range of different colors. You still can't color containers or anything. Corridors here can be colored as well, to your liking, which is nice. And if I show you guys, I'll show you guys the door actually as well whilst I'm here. So let me just quickly color that in. You guys can see that it changes the outside, but not the actual door itself. Can't actually go through that because it's closed. Hey, why is that closed? Am I trapped in here? I shouldn't be. I can just fly out through here. And you guys can see as well with the thrusters here that actually affects just the actual blocky part and leaves the actual thruster itself a grey tone. And if you guys see me change it there, you will get a better understanding of how the coloring works. Now the same can be said for small ships, and I've actually got my small ship over here somewhere that I've actually recently colored in as well, at least a little bit more depthy than I had previously done. So where is my little guy? He is over here in this side. Yeah, here he is. So yet again, drills can't be colored, but a whole lot of other stuff can be. And you guys can actually see that the little thrusters here, the actual solid part can be colored with the ship, and they've actually got this little ring around here that's the same color as well. Now this one here is white because I got a white strip going along here, and I think the actual ore detector as well has a color change. Where is the ore detector? It's actually up here, isn't it? Yeah, this here does actually change color as well. I'm not too sure about the light block. I don't think the light itself changes color. No, it does not. But that's the changes to the colors. And they've also implemented something which I did talk about in a previous episode, which is the space hazards. And that consists, at least as far as I know right now, consists of meteorites and meteorite showers. And basically, let me get out of here. There we go. What these are, if you haven't already guessed, is randomly, or at least at random intervals, a meteorite shower will come down and it will attempt to destroy whatever it can, basically. Depending on the setting you have it on, I think it starts off, you can set your world on safe, normal, I think there's hard, and then there's apocalyptic, which is basically an insane difficulty. I think there's changes either the frequency or the amount of damage done. Now, as far as I've heard, on normal, it doesn't actually deal too much damage. I haven't experienced this just yet, but I thought I would ask you guys if you wanted to see meteorite showers in my survival series. I wasn't thinking of enabling it until I've actually finished the ship, but I'll leave that up to you guys whether you guys want this to be a challenge for me or not. Well, a challenge, more of a challenge than it is already to have to sit down and weld this thing for 2 or so hours. But yeah, that's basically been the update, color changes, and the meteorite shower, or the hazards. I don't think they've implemented any other hazards, and as far as I know, the meteorite showers always come from the sun, though I think that they might actually fix that so it comes from a different direction. So basically, if you want to enable this, make sure you're protected from the sun, which is sad for me because the ship I'm currently working on is directly in line of the sun right now, so that's actually pretty bad. But I'll leave the decision of having meteor showers up to you guys. If you guys want that, let me know. If not, then I'll be fine with that. Okay, if I had it my way, I would probably leave it off until I finish the ship, and then I'll enable it, or at least when I'm getting close to finished. But like I said, that's just what I would do. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want meteor showers on or not, let me know in the comment section down below. And also let me know where you guys are from. I asked this question a while ago, but I do like to hear every now and then where a lot of my subscribers come from, because I find it really quite nice to hear. Like, I have people from all over the world watching my videos. It's really quite cool. And actually, before I end this, I will mention that I have been watching a show lately that I highly recommend to anyone who watches anime of this sort, and it is a space anime called Planeteers. Now, it is a bit of an old anime. At least it feels like it's an old anime. Now, basically, it's an anime about people in space, and not in forms of mechs or anything like that. It's basically humanity has gotten to the point where we have expanded into outer space. We currently spend a lot of our time on space stations and on Earth as well. And the story evolves around these people who basically clean up space. They're called debris haulers, and they're basically the lowest tier of astronauts you can be, and it's actually quite a really nice story. I'm about 13 episodes in out of 26, and I'm enjoying myself thoroughly. So I'll leave that there, and I want to thank you guys for watching. I apologize yet again for this really short episode. I really wanted to, well, I really wish I had my mic on for the 2 hours I was recording. Oh, sorry, the 30 minutes I was recording. Anyways, I'll leave that as it is, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.